Hello students. So today the topic of today's discussion is business meeting. In the subject business communication with computers, you have one more practical, that is conducting an effective business meeting. So first of all, before we conduct actual business meeting, we need to understand what business meeting is. Business meeting is the formal meeting of the same business house people, or maybe the people who are related to that business house. They are invited together. They are officially invited by sending one good notice, and they are also provided one proper agenda on which the discussion of that meeting would take place. And such people, they come together and very formally they discuss the things. Sometimes there might be some problem and they want a solution to that problem, so they come and conduct business meeting. Sometimes there is some good information, new information about new innovative technology which the management wants to disseminate or pass to their employees. Or sometimes they have some strategies to be decided, they have some plan to be designed and executed, and in order to consult each and every one, those who are related to that business house, they are called, and such plans are discussed, or the people are consulted about the new policy or anything new that they want to launch or they want to start or begin with. So this is what business meeting is. बिजनेस मीटिंग क्या होती है कि किसी एक बिजनेस हाउस के बंदे जो बिजनेस हाउस से रिलेटेड है वो, या आउटसाइडर्स, उनको इनवाइट किया जाता है ऑफिशियली, और वो एक साथ आके फॉर्मली डिस्कस करते हैं. क्या डिस्कस करते हैं? अगर कुछ प्रॉब्लम है उस बिजनेस हाउस का, वो डिस्कस करते हैं ताकि उसका सोल्यूशन मिले, या फिर उस बिजनेस हाउस के मैनेजमेंट को कुछ इन्फॉर्मेशन देनी होती है उनके एम्प्लॉयज़ को रिलेटेड टू नया कुछ भी जो मार्केट में आया है, प्रोडक्ट आया है, सर्विस आया है, या न्यू टेक्नोलॉजी आई है, या न्यू मशीन्स आए हैं, उनके बारे में अगर कुछ इन्फॉर्मेशन देनी है तो वो होता है. या फिर अगर उन्होंने कुछ प्लान किया है, कुछ नया ब्रांच खोलने का प्लान है, या फिर कुछ नया प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च करना है, नई सर्विस लॉन्च करनी है, तो उसको कैसे लॉन्च करें, इसको कंसल्ट करने के लिए सभी जो स्टेक होल्डर्स है उस बिजनेस हाउस को, उनको बुलाया जाता है ताकि यूनानिमसली कुछ डिसीजंस लिए जाए. इसलिए बिजनेस मीटिंग कंडक्ट होता है. पीपल कम टुगेदर एंड ऑफिशियली दे डिस्कस द मैटर एंड रिजॉल्व इट विथ प्रॉपर कंसेंसस. ये सबकी राय लेके, सबकी परमिशन लेके कुछ डिसाइड किया जाता है उस बिजनेस मीटिंग में. तो ये बिजनेस मीटिंग हमें कंडक्ट करनी है. तो कैसे कंडक्ट करनी है, कैसे डॉक्यूमेंटेशन होता है, एक्चुअली प्रिपेयर कैसे करते हैं, एवरीथिंग इन दिस वीडियो आई विल शेयर. सो प्लीज स्टे ट्यून. First of all, we will discuss about documentation of business meeting. Under the heading of documentation of business meeting, there are three things that we are going to discuss. Number one is agenda. Number two is notice, and number three is minutes of the meeting. So let's begin how to write a notice to invite people for that business meeting. Notice means it's a official written statement, maybe a mail or maybe a black and white copy that is sent to all the people who are invited for the discussion for that business meeting, and officially they are invited. It may be nowadays, because of this technology on, it may be a WhatsApp message, it may be an SMS, it may be an email, or it may be a black and white hard copy that is sent to all people. And how this notice is written? First of all, in the middle of the page, A4 size page, notice you need to write in all capital. Below that, at the right hand side, you need to write the date on which the notice has been written. Then in one sentence you can mention about annual general meeting of the stakeholders. Whatever the topic or the subject of this business meeting is, you can mention in one line, like annual turnover meeting, or maybe annual audit to be sanctioned meeting. ऐसा जो भी है आपका टाइटल है, you need to write after date line. Then you must mention in notice that all the stakeholders related to that organization, maybe executive committee, maybe managerial committee, all are invited to attend a business meeting on this and to discuss the following agenda on this and this particular day. That is complete date you need to write, time and venue, and request everyone to attend with proper preparation. So after this particular body of the notice, below that, either you can attach the agenda with the notice itself, or you can send the agenda separately. Both are acceptable. Now, what is this agenda and how it is written? Agenda, it is the plural form of agenda. And how this agenda is written? Agenda is nothing but the list of topics to be discussed during the business meeting. So आपको कौन से विषयों पे चर्चा करनी है, उनकी जो लिस्ट होती है उसको बोलते हैं एजेंडा. एजेंडा का सिंगुलर फॉर्म है एजेंडम. अभी ये एजेंडा लिखने की दो मेथड्स है. देयर आर टू मेथड्स ऑफ हाउ टू राइट एजेंडम. वन इज नाउन मेथड एंड सेकंड वन इज infinitive method. So you have to, when you are writing or typing agenda for your unit or your organization, make sure that you follow only one method of writing the agenda, either infinitive or noun. Now what is this infinitive and noun? I'll give you one good example and you will realize it. Noun means appointment of new general manager. Appointment, this is noun, so it starts with noun. So this is called noun method of writing agenda, like appointment of new general manager. But if I want to follow infinitive method, then the same sentence can be converted into infinitive, like to appoint a new general manager. So to appoint, this is infinitive. To is infinitive. We have already heard or listened about finite and non-finite verbs. One of the non-finites is infinitive. So to appoint a new general manager would be another method of writing agenda. So when you write down all these agendums, the final point in agendum should be any other point by the permission of the president. Though the person who would be presiding that particular business meeting, if you have something more than the agenda, if you want to discuss which is relevant or which needs to be discussed, you can take the permission of the president and then discuss. So B, that is any other business, you must mention the final point of your agenda. And this notice as well as agendum should be signed at the right hand side bottom by the authority who is calling that particular business meeting. Unless and until it is signed or unless and until it is going from the official email ID, it doesn't have that kind of weightage. So make sure that you sign it, the signature of the person, name of the person, and the designation of the person who is calling the notice. So this is how notice and agenda have to be written for the business meeting. We're talking about documentation of business meeting. The third part of business meeting is that minutes of the meeting. Now minutes of the meeting is nothing but the record of whatever decisions that were taken during the discussion of business meeting. It might be one topic, that is appointment of new general manager. This topic is discussed. A few people, those who are relevant to this particular authority of appointing new general manager, they come up with their ideas, they discuss, and finally they resolve that okay, this is the resolution that in the next 2 months we have to appoint a new general manager for this company. So the decisions that are taken during the discussion unanimously, the record of these decisions is the minutes of the meeting. Now how this minutes of the meeting is written? It has to mention, or it has to be typed or written on the letterhead of that business house that you are representing. So and the title should be minutes of the meeting. In below that you must mention a business meeting of this and this particular body was conducted on this and this day and date and time at the venue, that whatever venue you have decided, it was conducted, full stop. The following decisions were taken. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever decisions were taken, you must mention in that particular minutes of the meeting. Remember, minutes of the meeting, all the decisions should be written in simple past passive voice, that it was decided that new general manager should be appointed. So everything should be written in simple past passive voice. And finally attendance of all the people who attended, name of the person, designation of the person, and signature of the person should be attached in that minutes of the meeting. So these are 3 things before we conduct the business meeting should be prepared by all the students. Number 1, as I said, notice. Number 2, agenda. It can be attached with the notice or it can be sent separately. And the third one is minutes of the meeting. So everything you can send it handwritten or you can get it typed. If you type it, that would be better because the topic is business communication with computers. After knowing about all this documentation, make sure that your document should have proper quality. There shouldn't be any grammatical error, there shouldn't be any sentence error, there shouldn't be any meaning error, and it should be given to each and every member, those who are invited for the meeting. Actually, the notice of the meeting should be given 21 days in advance. Now, why 21 days in advance? It is because all the people, those who are invited, if they want to contribute something, some information, so they should be given ample time to collect the information and data that they need to contribute in. And in order to prepare themselves, they need proper time, so that your business meeting should be fruitful and very effective. Sometimes very immediate meetings or emergency meetings can also be called. For example, recently the COVID-19 is taking toll over Maharashtra. So the chief minister can call all the representatives of different parties together, and he can give the notice of maybe 1 hour or 2 hour, depending over the kind of emergency. The notice can be given maybe 1 day in advance or 1 hour in advance, or immediately the people can be called immediately. So it depends over the emergency. So maximum 21 days in advance, the notice of the meeting should reach to the person. So this is how the documentation of business meeting all students should prepare, so that meeting can be conducted very smoothly. Thank you very much.